Okay, so for product, for the rollout, I used to go main. Sometimes I still will, and I'll do like a sticky jump here and get right to the point. Um, I don't really like doing that though most of the time because I'm just gonna die. It's not worth the risk, and I've seen a lot of demos even in the higher divs. They'll literally not even jump once they go through main, and they'll just walk into pocket. Uh, they're gonna have more players supporting them, and they're just not gonna get sniped or anything. So like, I might just start doing that more.
You can charge a sticky too.
Exactly, you can charge a sticky. Good contribution there, Eric.
Fuck.
Yeah, you can charge the sticky.
Yeah, good. And then
These charges sticky?
Jess, where do you? Okay, so when you're coming to mid, you go through main, I assume, and then where do you go from here? Do you go through actually through main?
Left side. Left
Okay,
side.
you go
if
left
I go through
side.
right, I just get raped, so I go left.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that's. I think it's the better thing to do, and then we should all just kind of play default to pocket on mids. I see a lot of teams play around rock, and you're just gonna get spammed. And the most important thing on mid is like we pay attention to what our flank does because I think our scout and soldier need to commit to concrete and like try to fight their flank over here. Eric, you're obviously gonna be whipping people in main, and then you can maybe bomb over to concrete and slash connector. A lot of snipers will go cliff and might go for the shot on you right away, and that's obviously something we want to avoid. So like try to be sneaky, I guess, about how you commit to a fight over here. Like maybe you could bomb
Yeah.
from main onto the roof initially.
Yeah. I think on our last scrim, or one of our last ones, I got sniped when I was jumping to the roof. He just shot me in head air. Or headshot me in thin air, but usually I roll out and then I jump right to the roof and I just watch the connector to see if anyone tries to come right through it. Or what I like to do actually, are you in the server right now? How you doing?
Yeah, you can absolutely join.
I
There
have
are no
a-
items though, so you can't use gun.
That's fine. I'll live. I have like this pretty good spam angle that I like to do that is like I basically just shoot from our concrete to like the wall behind their rock and I killed a medic like twice doing that, so
Yeah, that's really
Yeah.
solid actually. Because if I'm spamming properly, then they're going to be inclined to back up, and then
Yeah.
that'll just catch them and force them to take
exactly.
damage.
So I go like I'll come up to the concrete here and then I guess I can do it without peeking sniper, but yeah, I stand right here pretty much and I shoot there,
Mm-hmm.
which is like because that's the spy.
Yeah, I think that's really solid. To do-
This line's like right here. Yeah.
I think it's very important for Pert to live as well. I know Pert's not here, but he's gonna see this later. Like, I think as scout, you want to be helping your combo and flank. So playing somewhere around here between connector and rock is ideal. You can help me. Like if I do a bunch of damage to their medic or anybody in their combo, like their demo, then he can just bot across the point and kill him. Or he can assist with like a flank fight. Because if you're spamming from here, Eric, like you might just get rushed by a scout if he's watching you use your rockets, and then like Pert can help you with that. So I think one of the things that Pert struggles with is he doesn't know whether to play with combo or flank. And in this map, it's like a fine balance kind of. But I want him to get more comfortable with that. And this is just on mid we're talking about. Like there's a lot of different things you could be doing in other situations. At some point on mid though, me and Techno are gonna choose to commit and just walk across the point. And what I used to do is, as demo, is I would walk across from this side on mid, but that's really contingent on our flank having either killed the enemy flank, or the enemy flank is like not near connector and they're not just gonna kill me. So what I'm gonna do from now on is walk right side with you, Techno. Maybe I will walk closer to Dogbread
Okay.
and you can walk like this.
I think it's worse to push from right side, please. Because they typically will just farm us down.
Maybe you're right. The thing is, like I said
Demo
earlier,
always pushes
that's
main, and they have their heavy. Every other team has the demo pushing main, and heavy pushes dot bread.
I mean,
No.
yeah, but I'm saying like, if their flank is alive, we're just gonna get farmed because we're gonna get spammed from their combo, and then their flank is gonna just walk at us. So basically, what I'm saying here is that like, it's very important that our flank wins the fight and makes space for us, and doesn't die on a mid fight. And like, we can do what we can to help you with that, and like Sammy can help you guys on flank. I assume he'll have a gun up somewhere in main, and you guys just need to play together. We also need to watch for spies on mid and stuff. But like, yeah. And then, yeah, that's fine, Techno. We can, if all the moving parts are working properly, then yes, we should be able to walk up left side, and that's fine. Obviously, we need to be respecting Sniper on this map, and like, that's the thing, like, oftentimes I feel like it's me calling where the Sniper is, and that's not ideal. Like, your demo shouldn't be the one doing it, and I know Spook is usually very vocal about stuff, and just continue doing that, calling where the Sniper is pretty much at all times.
No problem.
I don't know where Karma usually likes to play. Jess, do you like have a memory? Does he usually play with combo?
When I whip him, he
What's
tends to
Karma?
go to cliff a lot. It's our sniper.
Yes.
Usually,
Quick
Karma for no reason, kind of like from what I've seen. I don't know if he does this all the time, but like especially on product, he kind of chips for SVS. For like, I see it sometimes. He like goes for that stupid SVS, no overheal, you know, and with no knowledge, and he just like tries to out DM him.
Yeah, I also think he sits on China a lot, like
does,
for a
yeah.
long period of
yeah, he
time.
also does the box spot on grass. I've seen a lot from him, and also the window spot behind.
He plays concrete a little bit too sometimes. I think he just changes it up a lot.
I think that's really important on this map, is to rotate a lot and have like a regular rotation you do.
Yeah.
However, I think when we have the point, it would be ideal for Karma to just play near combo mostly, so like so that he can get a buff. And you can play on China when we have the point. Just leaves you open to spy. I have seen some NGs just babysit the Sniper on China when the team has the point. I actually think that's terrible to do.
Agreed.
It's so much better for Sammy to be spy checking for our combo and just watching the flank and stuff, and like shooting
Like,
people
so
on the
if,
point.
if we have point, I basically just put my sentry on the spot so it can see point, and then I sit behind rock by the little like where the wood part is, where everybody plays, and then I spy check until I hear my sentry shooting at something, and then I just re-peek and just try and fight whatever my sentry's shooting.
Yeah, I like that game plan a lot more than like just babysitting our Sniper. So like to mitigate that, I think it would be best if Karma just played, like where I see a lot of Snipers play when their team has the point is literally just in pocket. They're standing between rock and pocket like here. It's actually a really solid sightline because a lot of teams like, it's going to make it really hard for them to actually commit to the point. They're going to have to use early. It's just really solid. Or he could play in China like briefly, but like, or he could just play on rock. This is like probably one of the best places to play when we have the point.
You can also get shot from everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, you can get spammed pretty easily, but okay, glad someone left. They're cut.
This tech, oh, he probably got home.
Yeah, no worries. But yeah, like playing rock is good when they're first maybe walking out. But then when they actually get some kind of positioning and they get in pocket, then it's just terrible because the demo can spam you. So then you can just like walk back. But yeah, I think it's very important that we like try to learn how Karma plays and try to play around him more, especially on this map. But in like Highlander in general, you generally want to like play around your Sniper. Jess, I noticed that in scrims you like to play in pocket and behind rock, but I wanted to know like what influences your decisions in like rotating between those two places.
So if we're like holding pretty aggressive and like I can stay in and I'm healing someone, I'm gonna be behind rock if we're like there to stay. But if it's like right this side and we're trying to contest a point, I want to be safe and able to get out, I'll always be in pocket. Is that that thing right there? I always hold like, safe.
Yeah,
It just depends on like how many people we have up, if I'm about to be bombed, if like the sniper's like pushing, if like just what's going on.
yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. I just wanted to clarify that. So like, yeah, you play behind rock when we're holding forward, but maybe like when we have ad and we're expecting a sack, then you can like go to pocket. I mean,
Yeah.
ideally, if you're expecting a sack, you can like go all the way back here. I think is even better. But yeah,
The spy is probably just gonna fucking run up on me.
yeah, but Paxton's gonna be watching your back, right, Paxton?
Yes.
Speaking of Paxton, I want to move the topic over to Ubers. Now, we need to like decide what we do during Ubers in different situations because it seems like we're kind of freewheeling most of the time. Like it's been working out, but it'd be good to decide on some hard rules. And for instance, if we're doing an offensive Uber, meaning we don't have the point, we're trying to push the point, and it's like even, or even if we have ad, it should just be me and Pert. So like,
Kicking me out of the Uber, I see how it is.
well, no, because
Well, you're too
Paxton.
slow. You're super fucking slow, man. No offense, but you need to lose some weight.
All right, that's okay. But Paxton, like, you're supposed to be in every Uber when we have the point. So like, if we're doing well, and we're just holding the point, and then we're defending it, then it should be on Paxton every time. So I just wanted to make sure that you're aware of that, Paxton. Like you're expecting it,
Yeah.
and that like Jess, you're also aware of that, and it should be fat every time if we just use it the proper time. And it, like, as the main caller, I'm gonna call for the Uber, but you can also call for it too, Paxton. Because it's gonna be on you every time. So just be like, all right, Jess, use like you can order Jess around, and you should be comfortable doing that.
No, okay, never mind.
Yep. Stop there.
Yeah, we're gonna stop right there. And yeah, so for like the other Ubers though, when we're trying to contest, I think it should be good to do like the standard thing where I'm gonna lay a sticky, Jess. You start the Uber on me, I jump, and then you
I-
switch over to the scout.
yeah.
I'm sure you know
That's
that thing
the
for sixes.
sixes. Yeah, that's the sixes Uber. That's the only Uber I ever do, pretty much.
Yeah, like that's Fat and Highlander too, and we should just keep doing that. But Pert needs to be aware. I think what's been happening is Pert's been like nervous about, and he's still learning about like playing with combo more because he's used to playing with medics who are so like
Water?
yeah.
What do you mean? He only Ubered me and I got like 50 kills a game. What are you talking about? It was
Paxton, you
awesome.
good.
Look, I understand that might have worked in IM,
That's fine.
but
Yeah, we got
anyway,
first place. It was awesome.
What do you mean? They're putting us back in IM. It's
Yeah, they're
fine.
putting us back in.
they are not. They are not. But yeah,
Here we go.
Pert needs to be more comfortable in
Oh, rape
Ubers. That's the
IM.
point. So like,
Good rape main.
ideally, Pert is in every Uber, and we just start rolling because Pert is goated.
First game.
We need to get better about running sacks on this map. I think we should run more sacks in general. I have a pretty adamant stance about sacks. Like, you'll notice that I don't call for sacks, like, pretty much ever. Except when we have time advantage, if we don't have the point and we're at disad, which is pretty, like, seldom that happens. And it's really good in those situations, but I think, like, even when the time is, like, if both teams have the same amount of time to cap, we don't have the point, we can still just sack then, so maybe we'll call for it more. But I think, so like Eric, I just want to make sure you're comfortable committing and sacking from any point on the map.
Yeah, for sure.
And I know you're good at jumping, so you know, I just want to make sure you're aware that like, from any point you can just wall shot off of there.
Yeah.
And here.
From concrete, yeah, I'd like shoot off that wall, and then yeah, I can do there, or I can do through main like that. Or I
Yeah,
can
yeah.
shoot off that wall, or I can like, I think the best way to do it is over Pride, because they don't see you coming. Like the other places, they just see you coming. You know? Like, you know when you
yeah.
see a soldier bomb and he bombs anywhere but Pride, you see him coming instantly. But if I bomb from Pride, then I can basically land on them, and they won't see me until I'm literally on them. But I can totally bomb from like anywhere. I'll probably have less chance of being successful if it's not from Pride.
I agree completely. Like, ideally, we can just bomb from cliff every time. Yeah, because I prefer bombing from there the same.
Yeah.
And we want to make sure that Spook is, like, in position, too. Ready to walk in.
Yeah, a problem I have with that is most of the time, again, maybe because their comms are cluttered, or maybe because you're just a chill person phase. But a lot of the time I don't know when we're about to use it. Like a heads up would be nice.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
think-
Out of nowhere, sometimes I just hear using, and I'm like, whoa, I should have stayed alive.
Yeah. That's fair. Like sometimes, okay,
I think you need to be just like more assertive about what people should be doing. Sort of like don't assume people know how to do anything. Like you can micro all of us if you want.
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah, that's fair. I've been getting that feedback a lot on my main calling. It's not something I'm like super comfortable with, and it's not something that like I've done much in the past, but it's definitely something I can start doing. I think like when we're getting ready to push the point and go for an Uber exchange, maybe like
Yeah.
15 seconds before we're doing it, I can like announce that, and then you guys will
Just
know.
make sure nobody dies. I think what Bales did was he just like was basically like always communicating his train of thought.
Yeah, that 15 seconds thing could be like the difference between, you know, Karma getting this fat pick, me getting this fat pick, and just like helping post, you know, a
Yeah.
lot.
And it'll
Like,
mean that we're all aggressing together.
you don't even need to say we're gonna use it. You don't need to be that specific. Just say we're gonna use it soon. And
Yeah.
that tells me I just need to, you know, I need to stay alive.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's fair. Yeah, because I get that as spy. Like you need time to actually prepare for stuff. When it comes to sacks, we should do the same. I think just like give warning well in advance, because coordinating with our spy is like gonna be so good. And it's very important in Highlander, obviously. And on that same vein, like you, Spook, and Eric can coordinate on plays just like constantly if you wanted to.
Yeah.
So like, you can just say, Spook, like, if we're not in a position where we're going for an exchange or a push or whatever, if like we have the point and we're trying to be aggressive and forward hold a little bit, then that's a perfect time to go for like their team might be in behind cliff or in valley,
Yeah,
and you're cloaked right here.
I got you.
I still think Spook's mic is super quiet, and it's hard for me to hear when
Yeah,
we're playing.
I have him at 200%. It sounds like he's whispering.
All right.
That's
Yeah.
Well,
so unfortunate.
But
Yeah,
when
I,
we do coordinate, I think it works really well.
well, I mean, like, I wasn't gonna bring that up, but yeah, Spook, you need to stop doing a joke with your mic or you're cut. So
it's not a joke. I'm saying.
Yeah.
okay, so
Okay.
good.
Bro, I'll say, if you want to buy me a mic, I'll send you my address.
No, I personally don't have a trouble hearing you.
Buy you a fucking pipe bomb.
It might be my headphones or whatever, but like I don't know.
Discord and everything.
Yeah, Spook, can I get your address, dude? I have
think,
some like.
Windows
Yeah,
settings
I
and
got.
stuff.
Here, let me give you my address after scrim.
What is
Okay.
that? What is that thing?
He's also a quiet mic kind of guy, so I just crank it up everywhere.
There's two more things I want to go over real quick, guys. Just
Damn,
if we could just stay on topic. I want to forward hold more often. What this means though is that we all need to get forward, because what usually happens is just me and Techno trying to get on cliff, and then no one else is really able to do something. Like, okay, our flank should be not actually on their grass, but just kind of on the high ground, on their concrete, over here, just like being annoying. Like I've
Yeah.
seen some players like try to hide on the crates, go for a play.
It's kind of cheeky.
That might work. Like Pert might do that, and Eric, you could be standing up here and then bait them in, then Pert just can kind of try to kill them. But
Yeah.
what a lot of teams will do is they actually won't commit their combo to grass. They'll commit their combo through main, and then we can kind of just pressure them, especially if I'm spamming them from like up on China. Like we just need more people forward and applying pressure here, or the forward holds just they're not going to work. And the main idea behind a forward hold is that like we're just buying ourselves like an extra 5 to 10 seconds, because all they're going to do to counter it is just rotate, come out through main, and then we have to back up. But it's just a way to get free extra time that we really should take advantage of.
I think the problem with that is that we're just probably gonna commit to it way too hard and then all die in white. I don't know.
Mhm.
I mean, that definitely can happen, but if we're heads up about like rotating back out,
I think it's important to be sort of
Yeah,
passive.
and that's
like,
just
play
another
really
thing you
safe.
gotta call in advance. Like, don't die. We're forward holding, but like leave as soon as you say.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like even with dog bread holds, we commit for it way too hard and we all wipe on dog bread holds.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I'll definitely try to be more clear about that. Like, and I'm glad we're talking about it then, because you guys should all know that like if we're ever doing a forward hold, it's not like a full-time thing. It's gonna be very temporary, and it's just gonna get us a little bit of extra time, and then I'll try to call more in advance for us to back up. The last thing I want to go over, and this is really important, is supporting me. And I know this is sounding a little needy, and this is also my, like, I'm not blaming anybody, because oftentimes I bait myself when I'm pushing.
So needy.
But when I'm trying to push point, walking up like this, sometimes I go too forward and I just die. But I need like an NG or a scout with me, like literally just like inside me, when I'm pushing up here, because it just makes things a lot easier. And I saw Pert trying to do this. Pert would get frustrated because the gun would still be up, but obviously he can just wait for me to get that down, and then like our scout and NG are baiting the cap as I'm spamming, because then they're not all just looking at me and I'm not just dying. I need to wait for you guys more, and we need to coordinate more with that, but that's going to be really important.
I think if you like communicate it, like say specifically like a person to pressure with you, probably Pert most of the time.
Yeah, ideally it would be Pert.
Yeah.
And another thing is like coordinating soldier bombs with combo pressure. So like I can just ask you to bomb at certain points, Eric, if you're available, and if you're receptive to that, I will just do that.
Okay.
And the main situation where I would want you to do that is if I'm getting good spam on them behind rock or in pocket.
Yeah, I can just capitalize on it.
Yeah, and even if you're at like 50 health, a lot of times it'll just be so helpful.
Or if they're pushing, I can just bomb to like distract. I think I need to get better at like fake bombing if we're gonna go for a push, and I can actually stay alive.
Yes. Like fake bombing meaning like you feign that you're bombing the combo and then you just strafe away, like maybe on point,
Yeah,
or like
yeah.
yeah.
I know they do that in 6 as a lot, but I think it would work well in Highlander too, because people, whether or not I'm landing on them, they're probably gonna look at me from way up in the air.
Especially
and then they're not looking at people.
all the time.
It definitely works
Yeah.
well in Highlander too. I've seen it happen a lot.
Yeah, I'll try to do that. Just if we're like pushing, I'll try to distract like that. I try to do, but yeah.
The last thing I want to go over is when we're pushing out, when like we've wiped and we have to come out from spawn. I think we should still default to main pretty much every time, because whenever we go out to Valley, we run the risk of running into forward holding players on cliff who are just gonna fucking kill us, or like a sniper could snipe from crates, and then Jess is walking across here and just dies. Like, I've seen it happen so many times. You're just safe from that if you go main, so we should just default to this every time. We should go together, and then like remember that we can use these windows to get a lot of information without peeking sniper. So I think we can utilize house more, just as like combo classes. Just like come into house and then you can come out through this doorway and then get into pocket, instead of like walking on the grass. And obviously playing around our sniper this whole time is going to be really important. Like Karma's fully buffed, peeking like this maybe, and then we all walk at the same time with buffs to get into pocket. Waiting for those proper moments is going to be important. So I'll try to call for pushes at the right times. Sometimes I call to push without really knowing if people are ready, and I will get better at that. I keep coming up with extra things to say, but I swear this is the last thing, is people feeding. So like, I know people are obviously not intentionally feeding and dying, but maybe they don't realize that they're going for fights that might be a little risky at bad times. For instance, if we're getting ready for a push on the point when we don't have the point, like you should just not die. Like, don't sack. As a scout, don't just run into concrete. Like, you can stay as far passive as just like our grass if we're getting ready for a push, and then just, it's so much more important for you to just be alive, because us pushing together, being able to like focus fire together, is a recipe for success. So that goes for the same, especially when we have the point. You should be valuing your lives even more. So like, I don't want to see people dying. Everybody's working together, spy checking, not peeking sniper, and we're gonna do well if we do all the things that I just said. I'm losing my train of thought. I'm probably gonna end the video here. Do you guys have any questions or comments or
Video?
concerns? Yeah, I've been recording this whole time.
Oh shit! I shouldn't have said all this later.
Well, you just swore. Okay. If nobody has any questions, I'll just go ahead and end it.
Just